Welcome, geometry students, to the homework help video, page 209, numbers 4 through 16. Page 209, numbers 4 through 16. Have your books open, have your homework out, and let's go ahead and get started. And hopefully, I will be able to give you a hand with your homework here and explain some of these problems to you. Numbers 4, 5, and 6, if your books are open, you'll see this. So please have your books open, have your homework out, and please follow along. Numbers 4, 5, and 6 say BD is a median of triangle ABC. Find the length of AD. AD. Now, excuse me, sorry. BD is a median. Now remember, a median, listen to me, comes from the vertex, and it goes across, and it always cuts this opposite side in half. So if DC is 4, then AD right here must also be 4. So there's your answer. AD equals 4. Please don't forget that, students. A median goes across and cuts the opposite side in half. Okay, number 5. BD is your median, so here it is going across, and when it hits right here, it cuts AC in half. So if DC is 11, then AD is also 11. So AD equals 11. All right, number 6, same thing. Here's your median right here. So your median comes from the vertex, hits this side right over here. If DC is 3, then AD is also 3. So AD equals 3. Okay? All right, moving on to hopefully some more difficult problems. Let's take a look now at numbers 7 and 8. 7 says T is the centroid, so here's the centroid, and PS is 33. Here's P all the way down to S. So students, that entire median from P all the way down to S has a length of 33. Now what I taught you to do when they give you the entire length of a median, take that entire length and always divide it by 3. Always. And that will give you 1/3. Okay? So remember, the line coming, the part of the median from the vertex to the centroid is always 2/3. And then of course the shorter part of your median is always 1/3. Okay, so when I tell you to take the total 33 and divide it by 3 and get 11, that's 1/3. So we know that the smaller segment, the 1/3, is 11. So the longer segment here, PT, is always twice that, so it's going to be 22. Now, find PT, well we did, 22, and find ST, well we did, it's 11. So whenever you're given the total length of a median, it's always wise to divide it by 3. That will give you 1/3 of the entire median. Okay, number 8. E is the centroid of triangle ABC. BE, so from B to E, this red line right here, the distance is 12 units. 12. Now think about that, please, students. Watch this. Here's the entire DB right here. Here's the entire median right here. You see that? There's the entire median. Well, look, from here to here is obviously the longer part of the median, and the longer part of the median is always twice as big as the shorter side. So if from B to E is 12, then from E to D it has to be 6. Okay? So the whole length of it is 18. So first of all, they want us to find BD. Now that's the whole length. Here's B all the way down to D. They want us to find the entire length. Well, from here to here is 12, from here to here is 6, so BD would be 18. Then they also ask us to find the length of ED. Well, ED is right here, and it's obviously 6, all right? Okay, moving on to the next section, and the next section is numbers 9 and 10. And the directions say, copy the triangle and draw the 3 medians. I'm going to do this pretty quickly, students. I'm not asking for perfection. I want you to do a good job. I'm not asking for perfection. Kind of find the midpoint. We'll say it's right there. And then we start from the vertex right here, and we go straight across. So there's 1 median. Now, let's put the midpoint of this side about right there. Put our point right here on the vertex. And let's go ahead and draw, wow, that's a really good line, isn't it? Let's go ahead and draw that median right there. All right, not too bad. And now, that's about the midpoint right there. And here's the vertex right here. So we will go ahead and, again, not a very good job. I think part of the problem here, it's just so hard to really draw on this mimeopad. Much better. And look at that, I nailed it. All three lines intersect at one point. So there's your centroid right there. Okay? All right, let's do this with one more problem, then we'll go on to the next section. Same thing for number 10, so I'm going to go a little faster. There's your midpoint right there of that far away opposite side. Draw your median. Here's your midpoint right here. Draw your median. And your midpoint should be about right there. And draw your median. Off just a little. I'm going to go ahead and hit back a page. Let's try this again. A little close, that's fine. But anyways, you get the point. That is the centroid, and that's where all three medians intersect right there. All right? Okay, let's see here. Did I hope I said to go through 6. Okay, good. Make sure I said 16. All right, let's go ahead and jump ahead to the next section, which is 11, 12, and 13. Numbers 11, 12, and 13. Now the directions say P is the centroid. Find PN and QP. So we're looking for PN and QP. Now what we know is QN is 9. Now watch this. That means the entire segment is 9. Well, remember I've taught you whenever you're given the whole entire length of a median, always divide it by 3, and that'll give you 1/3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So QN is obviously my 1/3 segment, so that's going to have a length of 3. And then PN would be my 2/3 segment. And remember, that's the longer segment, so we take the 3 and we double it, and we get a 6, like that. And so now we're ready to go ahead and solve the problem. How long is PN? Well, PN is 6. And how long is QP? Well, QP, from here to here is 3. Okay? Not too bad. Just applying what we learned in class. All right, let's continue on. Number 12. On number 12, they tell us QN is 21. Now, please look, students. That's the entire median, QN. Whenever you're getting the entire median, it's always very helpful to take the entire median and divide it by 3. That will give you 1/3. So I come over here. Obviously, between the two segments, PQ and PN, PQ is the smallest one, so that's 1/3. So we know PQ would be 7. And then, of course, N going down to P, that's the longer part of the median, and that's always going to be twice as big as the shorter part. So if PQ is 7, then NP is going to be 14. Now let's go ahead and answer the two questions. They want to know PN and QP. So let's take a look at PN first of all. Well, look, here's P running to N, so PN is obviously going to have a length of 14, and then QP right here, Q to P, is obviously going to have a length of 7. Okay? All right, let's continue on. Let's take a look at number 13. Now, on number 13, notice QN is 30. So this entire median is 30. Well, like I keep saying over and over, when you're given the length of the entire median, divide it by what number always? 3. And that will give you 1/3 of the median. Now, obviously, this is the 1/3 right here, and then PN is going to be your 2/3. So, QP right here is going to be 10, and the longer segment is always twice as big, so if QP is a 10, PN will be a 20. And now here we go. What they want us to find is PN and QP. PN and QP. Okay, the length of PN would obviously be 20, and the length of QP right here would obviously be 10. All right, moving on to numbers 14, 15, and 16. We're done. So D is the directions read as follows for 14, 15, and 16. D is the centroid of the triangle. Find CD and DE. Okay, what do they tell us? Well, find CD and CE. All right, there we go. Now, DE is 5. So here's D, here's E, that's 5. Now, that's the shorter segment. From D to C, that's the longer segment. And what we learned today is that the longer segment is always twice as big as the shorter segment. So if ED is 5, then DC is going to be 10, twice as much, okay? So what is the measurement of CD? Well, here it is. From C to D is 10. And then what is the measurement of CE, the entire median? Well, from here to here is 5, and then from here to here is, or from here to here is 10, from here to here is 5. Then the entire segment must be 15. 10 plus 5. All right, 2 more to go. DE is 11. Now look, that's the little one, okay? That's the smaller segment. DE is 11. So I'm going to go ahead and put an 11 right here. Well, that means the longer segment's twice as much, so DC is 22, okay? So the shorter segment's 11, the longer segment is 22, and we're looking for CD and CE. CD and CE. Well, here's CD right here. Here's C going to D right there. And that segment should be 22. So CD is 22. Now CE is the entire segment from E all the way down to C. Okay? So that means we have 11 plus 22 would give me the length of the entire segment, which would be 33. 33. And then last but not least, we're finally done, so that's good. DE is 9. So here we go. This segment right here, that small little segment of a median, is 9. So that's the 9. And then the longer segment, DC, is always twice as big as this shorter segment right here. So DC would have to be 18. All right? 18. Now, let's see what we're looking for. We're looking for CE and CD and CE. All right? So CD. Here's C running to D, this segment right there. And I think we've already established that's 18. So CD equals 18. Now CE is the entire segment from end point to end point, the entire median. And so if this segment here is 9 and this part's 18, add those two together and you'll have the entire length of CE, and that would be 27. Okay? I hope this homework help video has been a help. Please continue to work out on all your homework assignments, and call or email if you have any questions.